Welcome. You've clicked on this link because you have some interest in taking AP Computer Science classes at Hesperia High School next year. I'm going to take just a few moments to talk about why you might want to consider that and what is involved in either of the two classes that we offer here at Hesperia High School. So let's first of all look at why you would want to do computer science at all. The first reason is simply because we need people who can write code. Even if your career field is not necessarily computer science, you might be interested in architecture or perhaps the medical field. We need people in those fields that know how to write code because they know what needs to be written better than anyone else. Programming is an opportunity and an occupation where you're very well paid. There are beginning programming jobs that start right out of college that start at six figures at $100,000 a year. And of course, lastly, programming is fun. It's simply enjoyable to be able to help other people and to also be able to figure out difficult problems that others are stumped by. So what will we do in each of these classes? Let's look first of all at computer science principles. It's designed for people who have never taken a computer science class in their life and have no idea how to write code. The first thing that you do is about a third of the year, we spend time learning how to basically write code. We write simple apps, games, simulations, things you can run on your phone. The other two-thirds of the year, we spend looking at the larger, broader issues of computer science, understanding how the internet works, how cybersecurity and hacking happen, what net neutrality is, internet censorship, big data and how they know far more about you than you want them to, artificial intelligence, machine learning. Those are all topics that we cover in an AP Computer Science Principles class. I also wanted to give you a chance to see some examples, so I'm going to pull up a couple of examples of things that students have done in this class. One of the ways that we use computer science and AP Computer Science Principles is that we learn how to use it to do art. And I'm going to give you a simple example of this. This small app that would run on your phone was written by a group of our students this last year. As I run it, you probably recognize the image that it generates, simply the house from up. Now I'm going to run it again, but I'm going to slow it down just a little bit more so you can see exactly what's taking place. Now you have a chance to see this little thing that we call a turtle drawing lines. And all of the lines from that house were individually drawn by this little thing that we call a turtle. It runs around the screen and just draws lines. It's something that any programmer or any person can actually do. And now you can actually see the turtle. It's that little arrow. I don't know exactly why we call it a turtle, but that's what we call it. I not only want to show you this, but we can also develop games. So let's go over and look at a game that another student developed. Now in this game, the object of the game, which once again can be run on your phone, is you're competing against a friend and you're trying to identify which of these tiles have a color that's just slightly different. So let me run it and you can see how challenging this game can be. So I'm trying to find the one tile that's just slightly different than the others. And let's see, and so far I'm being very successful. But that time I made a mistake and you saw that my score went down. I only have about 3 seconds, so it's a very challenging game. It would be fun to play with a touchscreen with your friends. So those are examples of some of the things that you do in AP Computer Science. So let's look at how the other course that we offer, AP Computer Science A, is just a little different. Instead of it being a class that's designed for people who have never coded before, AP Computer Science A assumes that you have a little bit of experience, something like a principles class. You've done some modding or you've done some work before in writing code. It's a whole year of learning to program in the most popular language in the world, Java. It includes a far more difficult AP test. One of the advantages of AP Computer Science Principles, the other class, is that last year it had the highest pass rate of any test of all of the AP tests offered nationwide. 82% of the students who took AP Computer Science Principles and took the test passed it and received college credit. Some programming experience and Integrated Math 1 are both required in order to take AP Computer Science A. So let me encourage you, if that's something you're interested in, there are some requirements for that. So let's answer the last question. Why should you take an AP class at all? AP stands for Advanced Placement, and it simply means you're taking a college-level class at a high school campus. Well, the first reason you want to take it is because you can earn college credit. For the AP Computer Science Principles, several of our universities locally allow you 2 college classes just for passing the AP test for AP Computer Science Principles. It also improves your appeal to colleges. It not only saves you the money of buying the credits when you get to college, but when you're applying to college, recruiters look at students that are taking the most rigorous course offerings at a high school. And at this high school, Hesperia, the most rigorous offerings we have are advanced placement. You'll learn a life skill. Writing code is something that once you learn how to do it, you can do it in any place and anywhere you go. And it's something that you can use a lot of your life. So if you have any questions, please see Mr. Henderson in W13, and I'll be glad to answer any questions you have about these classes. Let me encourage you. This is a class that can really make a difference in your future. Look forward to seeing you in AP Computer Science next year.